Happy Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to Q&A Live. Um, I just have to say that I'm really enjoying jumping on and helping out who I can help out. Um, it is a very big blessing to have my gifts and abilities that I do have. It took me quite a few years to accept them and understand what the hell was going on, and also to understand how I work with the spiritual world and how I work with my gifts and abilities. Yes, I have studied, I've studied NLP, I've studied EFT, hypnosis, I've done love, sex, and relationship coaching, magnetic mind coaching. Gee, you name it, that's out there. I've studied it. Yet my spiritual gifts and abilities to be able to see and communicate with the other side, the ones that walk on the other side, the angels, even energy beings. Most people get freaked out about energy beings. It's I think I freaked out the first time I saw an energy being. I was like, what the? But the gift to be able to communicate with the other side is just beautiful, and I'm so grateful for it. Especially now I know how to work with it. I work with the healing side of my gifts and abilities, so I work with through the emotional stuff. I work through the stuff that's stuck in past life stuff. Any emotional shit that you're going through that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be, that's what I work through. And this morning they've really been bringing to me that, like, I've been hearing this for years, and it's the same thing I tell my customers and clients quite regularly as well. You can hear the same thing said 20 million different ways by 150 million different people, but until you are ready, you won't hear it and you won't understand it. And I have this like so much for so many years, for so long, and it's so true. It's like until you're ready to hear it, it's like you're not ready to step into that space. So anything that you're wanting, desiring, wishing for, what your goals are, what you're driven towards. Yes, you have to manifest. Yes, you have to get your thinking right. Yes, you have to get your thoughts and emotions, and daily habits right. But there's also the action that needs to be taken. So, for example, if you wanted to lose weight, you actually have to be doing something. You actually have to go and find an eating program that's actually going to work for you to lose the weight. You actually got to go find an exercise program that's going to work for you to lose the weight. If you're wanting to earn more money, you have to study and research, like, on your topic that you want to earn money, or the area that you want to earn money in, and learn how other people have done it, and you actually have to do the action. It's something that's been coming through massively with clients this week. I'm still doing Zoom calls. I'm still doing my coaching clients. It's come through massively this week of, like, you have to take the action. Whatever you want, you can get your head right, but you've got to take the action. But it's also coming down to, until you're ready, you're not ready. Yeah, it's such an interesting thing, but I help you get rid of the resistance in the way to taking the action, is probably the best way of putting it. So I hope everybody is well. I am in Victoria. Yes, we are in stage 4 lockdown. So much fun. Actually, I haven't really noticed much difference. I'm enjoying spending time at home with the kids. We're still at the shop Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. If you've noticed, we're popping crystals that get a discount, little special thing that get a discount Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays as well. We're posting online orders on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. So life is, like, pretty cool at the moment. Because if I allow everything externally that's going on to consume me, I wouldn't be a very happy person, and that's just not me. I enjoy being happy. So let's have a look at some emails and see some questions. So I have a question here from Maddie. Hi there, I've been watching your lives every week and I'm just curious about some things. Okay. I recently found out I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. I just wanted to know if there's a path I should be taking. Okay. As in, Maddie, I'm assuming you're wanting to get pregnant. I'm assuming this is why you've actually gone on this journey to find out what's going on in your body. Hi, Madison. Hi, Georgina. Who else is on at the moment? I'm hoping everybody's staying safe and well. So polycystic ovary syndrome, I just wanted to know if there's a path I should be taking, how it's affecting my everyday life, question mark. Is there going to be a baby in the future? I guess I just needed some clarity with everything that's going on. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie, wow, like anytime we get a diagnosis of something that's going on in our body, it can be pretty full on. There is a process that the body goes through, like a little bit of a shock space as well. Um, and then you've got to work out what the next steps are, which it sounds like you're definitely heading into that direction. The other side of it is too, there's also comes with a bit of a relief whenever you've got this kind of stuff too, because there's actually a physical element to what's going on. So sometimes we can beat ourselves up so much over something that's not going right in our bodies. And then to find out that there's actually something physically wrong is actually kind of a relief as well. And then you just work through it. So anything to do with ovaries, uterus, womb space, that kind of all that area for females, it tends to be that they're saying is quite often we're shutting our emotions down, where we're not expressing our emotions, where we're not working through the emotions that come up, or we're suppressing ourselves so much. Sometimes it can be from childhood, like we've actually learnt through childhood that we've got to suppress our emotions, and emotions are not healthy, or emotions are not the done thing. I remember talking back in past weeks that sometimes we've been programmed that there's negative emotions and positive emotions, and that the negative emotions are bad, 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 you don't have them, but the positive emotions are good, and then you've got to go for them. Where the reality of it is all emotions are healthy. All emotions, as long as they're executed and let go of in a healthy way, they're all healthy, and they're just signs that our system's telling us that there's something there that we need to release, or something there that we need to look at, or something there that wants to be addressed. So Maddie, I feel like there's this element that's happening with your ovaries as well, is that there's a lot of suppressed emotions in that space. When women tend to suppress emotions, or we're not dealing with emotions, or we're too emotional, but it's not in a controlled space. Like, you know, when we have those moments where somebody says something to us, we totally lose our shit. And then we're like, that's probably not the best time to do that. And that was probably a little bit harsh. But if we'd actually spoken to that person maybe 3 days before that event happened, we would have actually been a lot more comfortable with that person saying something to us. We've all been there, we've all done it. But it feels like there's a little bit more deeper with the emotions in there, Maddie. I also feel like from when I look into you, Maddie Hopkins, I'm talking to, it's like I see a strand that is coming from your mother's side as well. So it's something that you've chosen as Maddie to take on emotional issues from your mum as well. It feels like there's stuff around that needs to be cleared. Just to let everybody know, it's like when I look into somebody's energetic field, it's like I see people's timelines. So I see where they're at now. I see where they want to go, or where they're heading, but I also see like all the stuff that's happened, emotional and crap that's actually stuck in your timeline in this lifetime. I see baby stuff, like as in when you're in mummy's tummy, and also past life stuff too. But this one, Maddie, I see it as there's emotional stuff that you're carrying for your mum, that you carried when you were a little baby. Now, this happens unconsciously. This is not something that a 2-year-old goes, oh, my mummy's feeling sad and I'm going to help her, if that makes sense, and takes that on. It's the fact that unconsciously there's more playing out, and we make choices that don't serve us when we get to a certain age. They help us because nothing we do is not benefiting us. Like everything we do has a benefit for us somehow. And when we are doing those benefits, it gets to a point where we've grown and we've become an adult, and there's things that we don't need to hold on anymore, but our bodies can still hold on to them. I feel like I'm jumping around a bit today. There seems to be a lot going on the other side, so I do apologise if I'm a little bit all over the joint. But Maddie, I see it as emotional stuff for you. I see it as there's as I said, there's an energetic line going to your mum that's creating a bit of an issue there as well. Whenever we deal with emotional shit, whenever we deal with emotional issues, whether it's in our brain, whether it's in our subconscious, whether it's in our unconscious, whether it's in the ether, whether it's energy, however we deal with it, it actually then flows down into our physical bodies, and our physical bodies can heal. It's our physical body that's the last thing that whatever we're changing, whatever we're dealing through goes through. What path you should be taking? I'm always a little bit funny when it comes to medication, like direct, offering, like suggesting medication, because it really comes down to personal choice. And sometimes medication's not the right way to go, and then other times I have a strong belief that we're very clever humans, and we're being created clever in order to create medication in order to be able to help our bodies and stuff. And sometimes we do need to be on medication. Sometimes medication helps us massively. But it feels like there's some kind of medication, Maddie, that's gonna, I don't know, clear things up quite easily for you. I would actually also suggest looking at the emotional side of that. If you're wanting help with the mother line, that kind of stuff, reach out. I'm more than happy to help. We can do that over Zoom and stuff as well. Not necessarily, because I can't do face to face at the moment. But it feels like there's some kind of a medication that's going to clear this up quite easily. I'm not sure what medication it is. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand. They're just saying to me that there's some kind of a medication that will do it quite easily. Is there a baby in the future? Yeah, I see a couple of babies in the future. It feels to me that either it's going to be like two babies really close together, or you end up having twins. But I do see you having babies. The other thing that they're really popping into my head, Maddie, is to remove yourself emotionally out of this situation. It feels like you're too much in the situation. You're too much in it, and I totally understand how overwhelming it can be when we have diagnoses and stuff like that. But it feels like to me that you're too much in the situation. It feels like to me if you remove yourself from the situation and actually take an outside look, things are going to clear up a lot more quickly, very good English, quickly for you in your head, and you'll know the right direction to go. But yeah, babe, I see two babies, and I don't see them too far away. Like I don't see them like being like 10 years in the future type thing. I see them sort of like within the next couple of years. It feels like 5 years is going to be very different for you. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be even having that conversation of like, oh fuck, have kids, they say, it'll be fun, they say, but that's like with every parent. So it's good. Okay, let's have a look. Maddie Cunningham, yes, I do readings. You have a couple of options. You can actually jump on a Zoom call at the moment with me for an hour. That is a reading that I do. Or you've got the option of having a 6-month forecast or a 12-month forecast, which is done via like a recording. So I record it and then send you the recording. You also have the option of having 3 questions for the price of 2. I can post all these links in down below, but 3 questions for the price of 2. I record them and then I send them to you, and you can ask me any questions that way. But yes, I love doing readings. I very much enjoy it. I enjoy talking to humans, and I enjoy talking to the other side as well. But it's amazing what will come out. And I don't do tarot or anything like that, Maddie. I do teach how to connect into your intuition so you can read angel cards and oracle cards a lot better. I found tarot is just not my direction, but I've also found that I don't need the cards, and I enjoy reading just like this. I found that the cards make me think because I look at the pictures and stuff, whereas I can just see at the side. But as I said, that's one of my gifts and abilities, which I'm very grateful for. Georgia, I am currently in the process of going through some mental health issues and getting help. Fantastic, well done. A lot of people can go through mental health and not choose to take a path to actually get help. Maddie, you are most welcome. She said, thank you, Maddie. I want to know if this will help me or not. Also, as in getting help with your mental health issues. It depends on how you're planning on getting help, Georgina. If it depends on how you're getting help. Um, if it will help or not. It depends on how you're getting help. Sometimes some people work really, really well with talk therapy and it works really well. Other times you've got to get in there more spiritually, energetically, and actually do it that way. Other times you need, medication and that works that way. It depends on how you're actually looking at getting help, Georgina. So if you want to clarify with me a little bit more, I might be able to get a little bit more information with that. Also, I would like some help as to what you see me career-wise with me. I have a few courses I would love to study. I just want some reassurance. Thank you. Georgina, I'm going to just go back to the first mental health issue and getting help, which is fantastic. They're really pulling me up on the fact that whatever mental health help you get, it needs to be a little bit more of a slower process, in the way of your system is needing to create a safety bubble so all your brains and all your body can feel safe. And it feels like you've got these two parts fighting each other, and one part wants to keep you protected and safe with what you are, and the other part wants to get you going and getting you right. It feels to me though, if you're going to, or whoever you're going to, or however you do it, starts pushing you. Now there is a form of healthy pushing, there is a form of healthy stress, because sometimes if we don't have a little bit of healthy stress, we don't get anything done. We don't have those deadlines, we don't get anything done. But then there's the unhealthy stress where it's pushing on the trauma that's keeping you protected. So whatever you choose to do mental health wise, just make sure it's actually developing safety. Developing a safety bubble for all the parts of you, so all parts of you can actually feel safe to move forward to where you want to be. The other thing is too, is it's really important, Georgina, that whatever health issues you're going, like whatever health path you go, make sure it's like a little bit more on the, like, what is it that you're wanting? Like, having a goal that you want to get to, as opposing to just fixing the shit. Yeah. Like for an example, I do love sex and relationship coaching. I offer 10 to 12 sessions, and that's a weekly session. And what we're doing in that is we specifically go into what is it that you're desiring, and what is it that you're wanting to achieve, and what is it that you're wanting to feel. And then we make the tension happen, and then we start working on what the resistance is to getting you to your goal of where you want to be. And each week we're creating safety in all our system, like our whole system, through breath work, through touch, through feeling, through emotions, through, we do meditations, and we go through processes, but each week is actually developing safety so you can get to your goal, and it's creating that healthy tension, so when the resistance pops up, we can work through the resistance that's getting you to your goal. So just be careful with how you're choosing to do the mental health thing, but I think it's fantastic that you are. So when it comes to career wise with you, they're not giving me any specific direction, but they're just saying to me it's all going to work out. It feels like you're, once again, too much in it, and it feels like, for an example, it feels like you've got all this going on, and it's like right here in your face. Okay, nobody can work with having something right there in their face. When you move the stuff away from you a little bit, it helps you to get a better perspective. But Georgina, when it comes to the study side of things, a few courses, It feels like what's going to work really well for you is doing like a pros and cons list, like physically writing it down, a pros and cons lists of these courses and stuff of which you want to study, because I feel like that's going to give you the direction you want to go to. They're also saying too that the larger course or the longer course that you're looking at, it doesn't feel like it's going to benefit you in the way that they're saying that it will. I'd be looking at doing some more shorter, smaller ones. But as I said, do a pros and cons list, and that should actually get your head more clarifying. But write it down, babe. It feels like you need to write it down. I hope that helps, Georgina. Sarah, I would like to know what I'd like. I would like to know what my blocks are in life's abundance. Oh, gee, that's a big, big question. Sarah, can I ask a little bit more clarification? When you say life's abundance, are you talking like a house? Are you talking appliances in a house? Are you talking being able to travel? Are you talking money? Are you talking career? What is it exactly that you're talking about life's abundance? And I'm asking these questions to you because it feels like your question that you're asking is too big, and that is some of the blockage. So because there is just the too big and you haven't broken it down to say finances, health, career, family, holidays, travel, children, that kind of stuff, because it hasn't been broken down, that's where your blockages are, because you're looking at it too big. And when you're looking at it too big, there's no way you can actually find the path or your next right move that you need to make. So I hope that helps, Sarah. Hi, Pornima. Lovely to hear from you, my darling. Madison, yes, I can do the link, and you can do the 3 questions for the price of 2, or you're welcome to ask a question here, but I understand sometimes some questions are a little bit more personal. So I get that as well. Nat, healing, love, and light. Yes, babe. I see my children for their birthday this year in September and November. It feels like there's processes in there's processes being happening to see them, but I'm not sure if you will, Nat. It feels like there's a process happening to make that happen, but it feels like something's going to come along and stop it. But it feels like there's going to be some kind of contact. So I'm not sure if you'll actually see them physically, or you'll end up seeing them in like a Zoom call or a Skype call, or talk to them on the phone or something like that. But it feels like there's processes that are in place, but it feels like it's going to be stopped for visually touching, seeing. But I feel like there's going to be Zoom or, I don't know, some kind of contact. I hope that helps, Nat. I know you're missing your kids so much, and I'm sending you so much love. Yeah, so much love around the situation. Just keep going. just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. How you doing, Joe? Oh, thank you for the message for your little man. That was just so cute. So thank you for that. It was beautiful, beautiful little message. So Sarah, health, wealth, and babies. Health. Health, it feels like you're popping too much food into your body. It feels like your body's working too hard to process the food that you're putting into it. I would suggest looking at a lighter diet or a lighter way of eating, and that'll actually free up your body. They're also popping Juice Plus. I don't know if anyone's heard of Juice Plus. It's fantastic. It's helping, like I've got my son on the chews. It helps him with his iron levels. It helps him with sneezing and hay fever and stuff like that. Like it's fantastic stuff. Maybe be an option for you. It is a little bit more expensive than most multivitamin type situations out there, but that'll actually can help as well. But it just feels like you're needing to have like a lighter diet would actually help with the health. And I feel like that would also help with the baby's side of things, getting the health lighter, getting the meals lighter. That will help with the babies. Um, uh, Sarah, when it comes to the babies, when it comes to the babies, it feels like there's a past life connection-y thing there where there's been, how to put it, there's been or so much like a curse or um a binding thing to you with having babies, but it's from a past life thing. Um, send me an email, Sarah, or contact Beryl at the shop. I think doing a karmic clearing will actually help with this, and I want to say too that doing the no hexes for the next couple of months will actually help as well. But send me an email and I can send you those links. Or you can give Beryl a call at the shop and she'll actually run you through how to do a karmic clearing as well. But it feels like when it comes to the baby sort of thing, there's been some kind of a curse or a binding or something like that that's come from a past life thing, because it's like I can see babies there, but it's really heavy, like really heavy. And they're showing me a past life connection thing there. So that's what's going on with the baby things. When it comes to wealth, you've got to change your mindset with wealth. You've got to change your mindset in the way of instead of coming from a place of lacking and a place of you're not having and getting your mindset in that way, you've got to go to a place of getting a different structure, a different mindset of you are wealthy. I mean, you've got a washing machine that plugs into electricity that you just throw the clothes in and it works. Whereas years ago, we had to get the clothes in and actually give them a full hand wash and actually do fully by manual. So you have the abundance there when it comes to the wealth. You're able to feed yourself, you're able to pay your bills, that kind of stuff. So you have wealth, but it just feels like your mindset's limiting you. So get the mindset right, get a different structure right, and that will actually help. One of the best things years ago I found, and I actually enjoy it, it's fun, I get my kids to do it as well, is you put your $2 coins away in one tub. So any $2 coin you get, you do not spend it, you put it into a tub. Any $1 coins or 50 cents, you put them into a different tub. If you put your $2 coins in like a 1.5 litre bottle of, lemonade or Coke or orange juice or something like that, that's like over two and a half grand once you fill that up. A 600 ml bottle is like is $1,000 of $2 coins. So start getting your mindset a little bit differently and start doing little more fun things like that. I've often suggested to clients too is putting $20 away, go and getting a physical $20 note and putting it in a container and popping that away each week. I was doing like a $50 one and a $20 one, and then to make myself a little bit happier to see that I was moving somewhere, because in a bottle you can see the coins adding up or getting bigger, but with a popping in money into a tub, I enjoy getting it out, and I enjoy counting my money. I enjoy making sure that all the notes are in the same uprighty thing. It's probably my organizational bit that I love having it, but I love looking at my money and seeing it all lined up beautifully, and I love it. I love counting it, and I love looking at it and actually getting my mindset in a different way. So I'm hoping that'll help, Sarah. Maddie, oh great. Madison, a bit of a random one. Yeah, am I done having children? Am I done having children? Okay, there's two parts to this, Madison. It feels like either you're done having children, but your uterus is not, or it's you're not done having children, but your uterus is. I'm not sure which way it is, but it feels like there's two different parts to that point. It feels like there is one part of you that does want more children, and there's one part of you that doesn't. Will you have more children? Um, Do you know, it feels to me that there is a possibility there that you can have more children or want more children or do have more children. But it feels like it actually comes down to a conscious choice to what you actually choose to do. And will I change careers? Yeah, I feel like there's a career job pathway opportunity coming, Maddie. Our medicine. It's not quite there yet. I feel like you've got to hold on a little bit more, but I feel like this time next year, you're going to be in a very different space. I personally think yes, you do have the opportunity of having another child, but I don't believe you will, because I do believe that whatever this career is and how it all changes will actually help you make that decision. It just feels like you're questioning it too hard. Um, yeah, it feels like you're questioning it too hard. Stop questioning it so much. Um, but this time next year is going to be very different for you. I hope that helps. And it's okay not to have any more children. It's okay. I mean, oh my God, I had a full hysterectomy back in about 2009, I think it was, and I've got 5 kids. Like I had 5 kids. Um, I didn't give birth to all 5 of them. I have collected 3, but I do see them as mine. I've had full-time custody of all of them since they were 5 under 5. So they're all my kids. So I've had 5 kids. I've got 5. I've still got them. They're not gone anywhere. But even going through the process of hysterectomy, and I was really sick. Like I was really bloody sick. Um, Even that going through that was a big head screw because it was like, oh my God, I'll never be able to have any more children. Like, what happens if I want to have more children? Like, I went through everything. Like, what happens if one of my children die? Which I'm not putting touch wood. I'm not putting that out there. But I want more children. But I'm like, oh, it screws with your head. But I'm so beyond grateful that I am totally desexed, and I'm so beyond grateful that I did it. Because it does get to a point where you don't need to have any more children, and that space is done. So Maddie, Madison, whatever you choose is going to be the right decision for you. But I do feel like this time next year is going to be very different for you. Madison, we have 2 boys and would like a girl, but I'm scared to have 3 boys. I understand that. Totally understand that. I've got a girlfriend that wanted a girl. She had 2 boys, ended up having 3 boys. I know my grandmother wanted a boy and she ended up having 6 girls. So what is your question, Maddie? Are you asking is there a possibility of having a girl? Or would you get another boy? Let's be a little bit more specific with our question, and I might be able to tune in and see what I can get. Sarah, okay, cool. Thank you so much. If you're needing help with that, Sarah, just reach out. I'm more than happy to help. But it's time to do a karmic clearing. Around that, I always suggest to do 3, which is one on you, who you are, one on your mum's line, and one on your dad's line. But doing the no hexes will actually change that baby thing around, Sarah. Joe, I don't have a specific question, just wondering if there's anything Spirit wants to share. Give me a second. Joe, I'm not sure when the last time is it that you've actually saged your house, but it feels like you've got it's so interesting. When I look into your house, it's like all I can see is feet or the lower half of a bodies. And I feel like there's a couple of them in there, like lower half of bodies, which would indicate to me that there's a lot of times that you've gone too much into your head, and you're too much up there, and they're trying to get you with the information of actually getting some more grounding happening, more walking, more feet flat on the earth, more grounding stuff happening. But I'm not sure when the last time you actually saged your house is, because me personally, I don't feel it's appropriate to have spirits that are just seen showing their legs, their feet hanging around you. But the other side of it is too, it's fantastic because they've given you the indication too that it feels like there's more grounding that needs to happen, and there's more earthy connection stuff, because it just feels like you've gone too much in your head, which would indicate to me that you are overthinking things way too much. You are overthinking too much. And it's not helping you. It's time to actually be a little bit more of a human and actually get back into your body. Madison, is there a girl? Madison, I'm actually going to tell you what I get, because that's what I do. I tell you what I get. It feels like there is going to be a possibility of being a girl, but I feel like it ends up going to end up being a male. Um, I feel it just feels like you would actually have to have the 3 boys before you actually got a girl, because it feels like there's emotional stuff also around boys and men, and the male masculine thing that's within you, that's very much for you to work through, and it feels like they would actually give you another boy until you've actually worked through that masculine stuff, that issues, or not understanding the masculine side of males and boys in general. But it feels like you'd have to have 3 boys before you got a girl. I hope that helps make decisions. I always get a bit funny like answering questions like this, because it's like, fuck, what if I'm wrong? But I'm sure I've been wrong. I get told from people it's not often that I'm wrong, but I'm sure I can be wrong. But it just feels like massively that there would be a girl, but would be another male there before you got a girl, and I'm not sure if you actually want to have 4 children. I hope that helps. Grace, my eldest son Emilio has learning issues. Yeah, we're doing a lot of testing but no defined answers. What can help him most, or what can you pick up on him? Any advice would be great. Emilio needs color. Like, oh my God, color. Any kind of learning you're teaching him, any wording, any letters, uh, reading, maths, all that kind of stuff. He needs color. It's like he's a very creative kid. He's really, like, he is really intelligent, but he just doesn't fit into the box of what society is supposed to be. He's a beautiful soul. Like, oh my God, a beautiful soul. Like, really beautiful soul, Grace. It feels like he's going to start improving, however you want to class as improving, like when he sort of hits about 10, 12, it feels like his soul that's in there at the moment, his soul that's in there at the moment is learning through challenges. So it feels like the challenges that he has to learn as a child now with these learning difficulties is great learning for his soul for some reason. And it feels like when he gets to 10 and 12, like the ages sort of like 10 to 12, there's going to be a big shift and change in him, and he's going to be very different. It's like something's going to click, and he's going to be like a totally different child that gets stuff. Color. Grace, color. Any color stuff that you can do is going to be fantastic. When it comes to like ADHD, children that have got explosive disorders, that kind of stuff, that have trouble concentrating, listening. We've got a fantastic drops at the shop that I make up. I call them Calm Your Farm drops. For adults that need help with calming their brain. But for kids, I call them their smart drops. And what it is, it's like herbs and crystals and some like energy jujus into a bottle. And you either pop it under their tongue once a day, or you pop it on their food, and they eat it. But it's like smart drops, because what it does is it helps calm the brain so they can think and they can rationalize things and they can be more present. Grace, for Emilio, it just feels like his soul, he's got some really big learnings to do. It's like whatever's he's signed up for in this lifetime is going to be really big and heavy until he gets to sort of like about 10 to 12. I'm really curious at how old he is now, Grace, if you could pop that in. I'm very curious at that. But it feels like from the age of 10 to 12, something's going to shift. But if you're interested in, I'm more than happy to make up the smart drops. And they also calm the brain down. And it's all natural stuff, which is fantastic. But I so wish you luck, Grace. But he will pop out of it. Like, he's not going to be like a normal human, whatever normal is. But it feels like he's very talented, beautiful heart. It just feels like his soul. Look at my head. It feels like it's like falling down. It is always. It feels like his soul's got some big learnings to do until he sort of gets to sort of like 10 to 12. Joe, spot on. Thank you. Get some grounding happening, girl. One of the wonderful ways to ground yourself is obviously stand on the earth, drop your energies right down into the earth. You can see roots going into the earth system and bringing that energy up. What you can also do, if you've got body that's okay, you can actually like lift one heel up on one leg and then gently put it down, and then lift another heel up and gently put it down, lift another heel up, gently put it down, and that'll actually do that for like 2, 3, 4 minutes, and that'll actually help as well. It also really helps you to get into your body and how your body's feeling. Grace, he's 9 November. Yeah, so he's really ready to actually feel smart. He's really ready. It's so much frustration in his body. So much frustration. Grace, do you have the shop number? Which is 9724 9726 8924 03 9726 8924, and give Beryl a call, and she can take payment over they're like $25 a bottle. I'll actually feel into Emilio and make it more specific for him as well, Grace. So it won't be just a standard thing. I'll actually tune into him and make it more specific for him. And I'll actually work on the frustration side of things and stuff as well. It also feels like his body's how does his body process food, Grace? There's something about processing food. That's also disturbing his body. How does he? Could you pop into the righties? Pop into the righties. Like how his body processes food, because it feels like there's a food stomachy something going on there as well. Which I don't know. Can you give me a little bit more clarification on food and processing of his body? I also would work with Beryl's daughter. Taylor's cool. She's so cool. So yeah, give Beryl a call. You can pop. We can do like click and collect. We can't open the doors. You've got a table there in between. We can't actually let you in the shop. But you can pay. You can even come to the shop, babe, with your $25. I can make it up. I've got to head to the shop this afternoon, so I can make it up. And you can just give Beryl the money, and she'll just give it to you. But can you just give me a bit of clarification on what's going on with processing food? Because there's something with food there as well, Grace. Bianca, hello. She says, hello, lovely lady. What advice can you give me at the moment? Oh, babe, you need to do some emotional releasing. There's something massive about an adult being able and having full permission to go and lay on a bed and have a tantrum. I think there's full permission for a child to have a tantrum as well, but sometimes it's not appropriate. So it feels like, Bianca, there's a lot of cycles that need to be completed with you. Quite often as children, we do have emotional stuff that we don't get to get out. And unfortunately that still plays out with us as an adult. But Bianca, I would really suggest laying on your bed and having some serious tantrums. Have a scream session, yell into a pillow. That'll actually help. And I am going to say it on live Q&A, babe, you need to have some more Bauchikiwawa time with your partner as well as yourself. It feels like you're neglecting yourself a little bit. And I'm not talking about just getting off. I'm talking about popping some music on that's like beautiful music, and allow yourself to breathe and to fully connect in with yourself. Touch your skin, really connect into what your skin feels like, and actually it feels nice, and allow the pleasure centers to actually connect in again, because it feels like you're needing some you time. Have a bath. So Grace, if you could let me know about the tummy, because I am going to be hopping off soon. I've got more calls to get to, some clients to get to, but I will be in the shop this afternoon, Grace. I will look at making up, Calm Your Farm smart drops for Elio. I'm going to pop his name down for me so smart drops. And you can pop it on his food. You can pop it, if you'll take it under the tongue, fantastic. Quite often the kids will actually know, know that this is actually helping them, and quite often they'll actually come and ask you, like, please, mummy, I need my smart drops. You can listen to my dog in the background, Chip. Listen, they'll actually come to you because they can actually feel the difference in their body, and they actually can think. But it usually takes about a week or so to fully get into the system. But you will notice the difference if you stop giving them. Pardon me. If you stop giving it to him, you will notice a difference, and he will notice a difference. He is very skinny, yeah. Since being on ADD meds in the last 3 months, he has lost his appetite. That's what I'm saying. There's something going on with his tummy, digestive. Okay, although since being born he has kept losing weight and has stayed skinny. Yeah, some kids do that. Some kids really pork up and then they go skinny. He underwent lots of testing because doctors thought he had malabsorption issues, but they were clear. He's a very fussy eater. They're popping into my head. Now, I have a brother who's younger than me. Bianca, you are most welcome, my darling. Enjoy putting some music on, having a really big tantrum, and then feeling yourself and enjoying your time to yourself for a little bit. It'll make a big difference. Grace, they're popping into my head. My younger brother, who's 5 years younger than me, I think he is, or 5.5. Now, if he stands in front of me, he is so tall and so big that you can't see me. They're just, all my siblings are very, very big. Like he's 6'2", 6'3" or something, very, very big. Now, as a child, he would only eat potatoes in the form of chips. He would eat sausages, and that's pretty much it. There was many a times my parents tried to get him eating lots of other things, and it just didn't work. What I'm saying to you is you've got to feed Elio whatever he wants to bloody eat. If he's a fussy eater, give him what he's going to eat, because otherwise you're just going to be torturing yourself, and that's not going to help you or him, because you getting frustrated is not going to help him, yeah? So obviously you can work around things, you can hide things in things, but give him what he needs to eat, because I can feel him coming out of this in a way that he knows what he needs to eat. He will know what is good for him, and he'll know what he needs to eat. Like my son will quite often come out with going, Mum, I just need milk. Mum, no, that's not right. I can't have that milk at the moment. So he'll know what he needs to eat. Emilio sounds exactly the same. Sorry if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly. I'm not fantastic with names. But what I'm going to pop into... Yes, okay. So there is also a product, Grace, that's all natural. It's like a powder. I always pronounce it wrong. I always pronounce it so wrong, which is like chemist root or calamus root powder. We have that at the shop as well. What you do is you place a pinch of this powder on food before you eat it. It helps with appetite, it helps with tummy, it helps with digestion, it helps with everything. Like it helps get the lining of the stomach in a way that actually helps absorb food as well and more nutritious. Popping it in water and drinking it that way also helps. But popping a little pinch, now I'm talking a pinch. If you put any more than a pinch on it, it tastes like you're eating a treat, and that's not very nice. So I would suggest for Emilio is getting the Smart Drops and having that. I think filling into it is going to be like on about half a squirt a day. But I would actually suggest doing like half a squirt for the first week, twice a day. I'm just writing this down because they're telling me now. And then after the first week, go to once a day. But popping this root powder on his food will actually help massively. It feels like that'll actually really start helping his tummy. I know you can have 20 mils of aloe vera juice with some water first thing in the morning before you eat, but I don't think he's going to do that. That really aids in digestion and helps him with tummy and stuff as well. But it feels like the chemist root powder, or the calamus root, however you want to pronounce it, root powder will actually help him massively, Grace. So I'll pop that aside too. I'll let Beryl know as well. And I'll also put some tummy stuff in his drops to help with that as well, because that'll actually help work with digestion and that kind of stuff as well. He'd probably poop a little bit more, or poop, a little bit more, but that's not a bad thing. So, Grace, I will get that ready for you. I will make that up this afternoon between clients and stuff. Between Zoom calls, I should say, and then Beryl will have that ready for the shop either later this afternoon. We close at 5:30, or it'll be ready tomorrow, or you can pick it up tomorrow or Thursday. And if you need to, I can post stuff out if you can't get there, but that's fine. Cool. Just want to check emails. Making sure nobody's popped an email through. Fantastic. I am wishing everybody safety. I'm wishing everybody some love and some good jujus. Spend some time grounding, Joe. Have some time with yourself. Peoples, I know it's pretty full on at the moment if you're stuck at home with kids and heaps of different people in the house, but you have the right to go into a bedroom, to shut the door, put some music on, shake your booty, have some fun, dance around, slow the music down, have some gentle touch, really connect back in with yourself. It is so important. And remember, whatever you're doing is making sure you're taking the action to your goals. But yes, I will pop the links in for the 3 questions for 2. And as I said, if anybody's needing some help, just reach out. Grace, thank you so much. I'll pop into the store tomorrow after work around 2:45ish. Done, babe. I'll get that all ready for you. Wishing everybody love, safety. I love you all. Thank you so much for actually joining me and being here with this, because I wouldn't be able to do Facebook Lives if you weren't asking questions. So I appreciate that. I'm very, very grateful. Love, love, love to everybody. Stay safe. Bye.